Sirach 28:10, it says, as the matter of the fire is, so it burneth. And as a man's strength is, so is his wrath. And according to his riches, his anger riseth.
Yep.
According to his riches, his anger
What verse is that, bro?
rises.
That's Sirach 28:10.
Yeah.
It says, and the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed.
And hey, the Lord been putting that spirit among these rulers to become inflamed because of the conflict of interest between one another. You know, from the code of ethics, you know, the fact that these nations have different morality differences amongst each other. They fight over territory, resources, trade routes. And when they can't get along or come to a decision, and they see that it's being one-sided, but one side is being greedy and doesn't have the interest of everyone else, that's what's starting to fuel that fire. They're getting angry and they're putting their monetary resources to use. And that's why going to Joel, they're beating their plowshares into swords and they're putting us into spears, so they can lift their strength. To protect themselves against the hammer of the earth, the beast, the war, and the beast that's being ridden by it, man.
In America, they dictate that.
They're tired of that shit. Yeah. So that's why you got even its own allies that's getting sick and tired. They're getting fed up. Turkey is pretty much a frenemy of America. And I knew it was going salty back a few years back when what's his name? Erdogan, I think is his name. Erdogan. He was actually trying to because then you had those Kurds over there. All those different mercenary groups that's trying to basically fight those proxies over in Syria. And they was basically trying to get through to Turkey because, you know, Turkey is that land that bridges Syria, Israel, basically the land of Canaan, to Europe through Turkey. All right? So they've been playing that role in that whole proxy that's been fighting over there in Syria, because there's a pipeline that actually goes through that area. Remember, Russia was like a gas station for Europe.
So they blew up that pipeline.
So they moved, and then they destroyed the Nord Stream. That was part of what pissed off those European countries against America.
Now they have to pay more for their fuel or gas from Russia, or from Israel, or from the Middle East, when they had a direct pipeline to supply all of Europe.
Exactly.
Remember they were talking about how it was like last year the winters. The winters are going to be colder in Europe because they don't have the energy. Colder for the people.
So these nations are starting to turn against one another, and they're really starting to side with Russia. Like we have a new way of trade now, where we can actually circumvent using American dollars. We can still trade with each other, circumventing the sanctions that will come from America.
Okay.
So you was holding something? Yeah, get it.
Verse 5, right?
Start at 4.
Revelation 6 and starting at verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
And what does that red horse represent? Esau. But not just him formally, but his ability to wage war on earth, because he has the technology and the wealth to do it.
Right.
It's in his power, man. He was blessed with that sword. But it takes wealth to have that type of level of military power, firepower, so to speak.
Who did they just shoot on? I think it was under Trump, though. Who did they just shoot at? Like America shot off a certain amount, and somebody else shot off a certain amount.
Oh yeah,
You remember?
that was attack against It was like England, France.
Yeah.
They shot off some missiles. I forgot who they were attacking.
I don't remember who it was, but they shot those off. And going back to the price of it,
Yeah.
it was, you were like, why would America just shoot off the ones? They got the most. Well, they don't want to get rid of their whole armory. Plus, it costs them to replenish that. As brother was saying, how much these missiles cost. Well, it's easier when you have that alliance. That whole the Red Horse is also the buildup of that beast system. Okay, that infrastructure, the way it's set up, is to strengthen the beast and the Edomites, really, that run the beast.
Because the first beast was what? The Roman Empire.
Yep.
What made them strong? Military and their monetary system.
Yep.
But once it started to diminish and the purchasing power got weaker, they started to put other metals to water it down because it was losing its value. That's when that's when you start to see the beginning of the dismantling of the power of Rome. All right.
Yeah.
And then, because they had to keep paying the soldiers, all of the soldiers that was spread in all these different regions fighting these wars. And plus there was infighting and civil wars going on, just like you see today.
Going back to the money with the denarius, how they devalued it.
Yeah.
Same thing. You know, with using it with not impure metals or
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, fiat. And when they took away the gold and silver standards, that was when it started to just diminish. And now it's not backed by anything. You know, you would have to believe it in order for it to be worth anything. Right?
And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. He that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny."
So notice how the black horse comes right after the red horse. It's happening simultaneously. The Lord is getting nations prepared for war. So that's why Esau is he's been prepping for war all this time, developing all these nuclear weapons, all this advanced technology, these fighter jets and aircraft carriers, you name it. But also the fact that he was going to be putting all his money into it, it was going to start causing what? Hunger. Because the monetary system is now diminishing, losing its value. Hyperinflation.
And it's going to hit harder here in Babylon because Esau's kind of playing catch up now with Russia and China because their technology is above America's, you know.
And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the fourth seal,
So that penny representing the denarius is pretty much just going to be watered down. It's not going to have any real value. So it's going to cost a day's pay just for you to be able to buy a loaf of bread. Imagine if you have to spend a whole paycheck just to get a loaf. And see, these issues was happening back in the ancient Roman Empire. So to distract the masses from it, what did they have to do? Ran a circus. Keep you entertained and give you, little, bread and pretzels and shit like that. Popcorn and shit.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, man. So America, they have no idea what's happening with this society, man. They have no clue because they too busy surfing it. All right, with the cares of this life, and drunkenness, chambering, rioting, reveling. That's what they're into.
It's funny because it actually correlates to everything you're saying. Because to go get that extra bread in the circus, you gotta go to the Coliseum Games. You're not just coming by the house giving it to you. You gotta come to the festivities. You gotta tune in. And that's what they're doing. They're making you believe that everything's all right because you're tuned in to the wrong things. You're tuning into the bread and circus.
They got you thinking about next season.
Yeah, next.
You know, this.
We're already starting to pick our what are they called? Fantasy football teams. Yep, the baseball season's starting to heat up. The NBA finals are in the hockey and all that. Come on, bro. Come on. You know, but they got people's minds distracted from the truth of the matter. We're here to speak on the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is, don't be distracted by the BS. Watch what's actually happening. We know you feel it. We know you feel it at the grocery store. On your paycheck, we know you feel it.
They don't understand why it's happening. Like the brother, I forget what he mentioned, but they're preparing their people to start getting ready for that inflation, to start rationing food and getting your body used to eating less. But when this comes, it's gonna be like getting hit in the stomach without you seeing the blow. It's gonna be a big blow, man, and it's gonna be worse because it's not gonna just be that you're gonna be getting the same amount, but you're gonna be paying more for it. No, you're gonna be getting less, but you're gonna be paying 3-4 times as much.
Shrinkflation. Ezekiel 7, 18, GMT. Verse 17. 7 to 17. Everyone's hands will be weak and their knees will shake. They will put on sackcloth and they will tremble all over. Their heads will be shaved and they will all be disgraced. They will throw their gold and silver away in the streets like garbage, which is the modern day fiat currency, right? I'm not talking about the metal coins. They will throw their gold and silver away in the streets like garbage. And it's a video circulating around hyperinflation in Venezuela. You see a big ass dump truck full of Venezuelan boulevard out on the street, man. You know? It said, because neither silver nor gold can save them when the Lord pours out his fury. They cannot use it to satisfy their desires or fear their stomachs.
They gonna try. They gonna try to eat this paper money.
Gold and silver led them to sin. Once they were proud of their beautiful jewels, but they used them to make disgusting idols. This is why the Lord has made their wealth repulsive to them.
That your wealth is really a snare to you.
Same thing they coveted. They're going to despise it. Because there'll be no benefit in a certain point.
And that is because they said in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, a gift destroyed the heart. So having coveting after this money and this gold and idols and all of this other thing that you did with it, it took your mind off of the distress that you were in to where you had to turn back to the Heavenly Father. It had you being like, well, I'm all right. That's why, like the Anton Daniels and the different jakes that got a little something that's talking shit about the lowly job of a prophet. Hey, man, this lowly job comes with the greatest honors ever. All right? You don't think it's any good because you still have the comfort of those gifts, so to speak. Yeah. But when those are taken away with the prophecy that we speak of, we're going to see how lowly and destitute the people truly are.
That's part of when the scriptures say, woe unto you that are full, for you shall hunger.
Yep.
Woe unto you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. And that mirth and that jolly spirit is going to be turned into mourning.
Yep. Well, we already have there's a spirit of mourning on us now, and we'll rejoice when the Lord returns, which is going to be a dire situation for you, but it's going to be the moment of our salvation for us. I got it.
Verse 7, Revelation 6 and 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword and with
war.
And with
Wars
hunger.
everywhere. Wars all over the planet. All right, nation rising against nation, lifting up a sword against one another. All these, if we get those alerts every day, there's attacks going on, drone strikes.
Yeah. Russia
attack on this warship.
Russia moved their warship to Cuba.
They're making serious moves now.
And you ain't heard nothing about that.
To borders.
Yeah.
They're getting it ready, man.